and forth with John for years, actually, but especially this year, they've really been having this back and forth. Are we friendly? Are we not friendly? Vince keeps sending stuff to his house from 7-Eleven, Magnum condoms, and O'Doul's, and beer, and pizza, and Lunchables, and all these kind of things. And so John's finally had enough of them.
In fact,
This is about a year ago.
spoiler alert. Fuck off, Vince.
Whoa!
Don't send me anything anymore. Don't, go ahead, give the TV to somebody who needs it. But, by you not getting back to me that Saturday when all the shit was going down, it's just, all you are is a troll. We all know that.
You can really hear the difference in his voice between now and a year ago. This guy's deteriorate. I'm talking like him. He's falling apart even faster than I thought.
But sometimes, even a troll could seem nice.
That is the name of the Stuttering John, Muttering Jay story. Sometimes even a troll can seem nice. He's so stupid. I keep telling John, he's trolling you, he's trolling you, he's trolling you. Yeah, I know he trolls me sometimes. No, he's trolling you all the time. That's what he's doing. And John just keeps falling for it. Yeah, that's how that works.
How they rope you in to knock you down.
So we'll see where this goes, because on this episode that came out yesterday, he's flicking him off and telling him it's over. But I'm sure Vince will figure out a way to be pissed at one of John's. As soon as Vince goes, yeah, but Shuey sucks. Okay, this guy actually knows what he's talking about. Hold on. I was wrong about this Vince the lawyer guy.
I'm sorry I don't have the clip for this, but just before he flicks off Vince, he's like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have your kids like me so much or something like that.
I know. It's so stupid.
Yeah, he's breaking up with the kids.
It's like, his kids don't care about you, John. Why are you falling for that? John goes, nope, he sent me a photo of his kids watching TV with me on it. That's what he does. And that's what he does, John. You're still falling for it. Fucking idiot.
John, when was the last time you saw Vince the lawyer in person?
Stupid. Now, one of the things about John that we've been talking about for a couple of years now are the sock accounts on Twitter. And he's so obvious about it because you get Yankee fan and Maple Leaf fan and Twitty Police and all these guys.
And he swore that he doesn't do that.
All they care about is Stuttering John. So whether someone's talking bad about John and they have to go on there and go, no, that's not the case, or if it's just some other big thread that's going on Twitter, and these guys jump in and go, you should go on Stuttering John's podcast. You're like, why would someone care so much about Stuttering John's podcast unless they're Stuttering John? Well, finally, John admits he had a lot of sock accounts.
Because then the guy goes, hey, are you, Twitty or something? I go, look. Because really, just like Lady Kmart, when he asked me, was this sock account yours? Was this sock account? Dude, I was fucking sock hop crazy. I made so many, I don't even know the names of them anymore. Somebody like Lady K, were you Yankee? Were you Toronto? I'm like, I don't remember. Why? Because I made so many.
Think about that for an excuse. You're before the judge, you're like, did you murder Mr. and Mrs. Smith? I don't know if I murdered Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I murdered so many fucking people. Think I'm keeping track of that shit? I called John out for having sock accounts. He's just like, I don't know. He never sit there and go, yeah, no, I had sock accounts. He's just like, I don't know. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I've had so many sock accounts. What kind of excuse is that?
Yeah.
John, and the problem is, again, and I say this all the time, if John would just fess up, we all know it. We all see what's happening. You're bad at this. We all know that they're your sock accounts. You denied it. You loved laying into Howard Stern when Howard Stern told his staff to create Twitter accounts and message celebrities. You should go on the Howard Stern show.
John, you're too stupid to lie. You even said you had a snap memory, like photographic memory. Yeah, but they forgot to put the film in, stupid.
Stern show. John's like, that's pretty small.
Yeah, I wonder where you got that idea.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. And then he calls out Howard Stern for doing that, acting like it's the craziest thing someone could do, and then John does it. So later on in this same episode, he's insane. His lies have gotten so bad lately.
I just love Cardiff so much, though.
Yeah, Cardiff killed it on this episode. We're going to get into that. Cardiff did a go, a.k.a. Tukey, El Horrible, Bedabbler. The guy's name's Rocco. He doesn't care that that's out there. But John's been putting out some sensitive information about Rocco, including his address. And John loves weaponizing information.
We did get Rocco Burrows' address. We did. That we know is true. I know his wife's name, his kids' names, everything. Am I going to do anything with it?
Hey, stupid. I went online and looked you up. One of those services that you have to pay for, and the basic information they give is free. When you first pull it up, it has your Florida address, both of your houses in California when you were married, your Calabasas, all your addresses are right there. All your old phone numbers are right there, stupid. So no big deal. It doesn't mean anything.
No. No.
Then why'd you get it? Just to be creepy?
Or why bring it up, even?
And why even bring it up? I know his kids' names?
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, well, you're just being a creep.
So I could bring it up later.
Yeah.
When I feel like I want to.
Am I going to do anything? It's likely.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so fast forward, he has Cardiff on the show, and Cardiff's calling him out for all the doxing that he's doing. And we covered it on the emergency episode we did on Monday, where we showed on his Twitter, he's putting out every real name he thinks he has. He's putting hashtag Hamilton. He had a photo of someone's house he's putting out there. He's just trying to menace people with all this doxing. So Cardiff calls him out on that. And you just heard him say he knows Rocco's address, his wife's name, his kids' names.
It's also always the wrong information as well.
Now he says this.
I didn't fucking give his address out.
You did.
No, I didn't.
You put up in a super chat. More than once.
His address?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I don't know his address.
You do.
He's insane. His lies have gotten so bad lately.
I just love Cardiff so much, though.
Yeah, Cardiff killed it on this episode. We're going to
10 seconds ago, you said you knew it. You lie.
get into that. Cardiff did a very good
This guy's mental
job. This is not
and retarded.
the easy thing to do. Trying to reason with an unreasonable person like John. Not an easy thing to do. Cardiff did a great job. And so right there, John goes, we know Rocco's address. And then Cardiff goes, yeah, why'd you dox Rocco? You put his address up. I don't even know his address. I mean, just earlier admitted that you
Just
did.
minutes ago.
Yeah, it's 30 minutes has passed by, John.
You didn't just say it. You flexed over it.
Yes, I know. He's all proud of himself over it. All right, so now John's going to explain that he doesn't have a problem with Cardiff, which is weird because he was just striking Cardiff's channel, and they seem to be having an issue.
That's how I bust balls.
But this is hilarious because listen to what he says right after talking about how he had all these sock accounts that he was lying about all that time.
I don't have a problem with Cardiff. So, I removed the strike on Cardiff. Because Cardiff emailed me, he ain't gonna put it up. If he does, then he's not a man, of his word. I am.
He's a man of his word. This liar who keeps lying all the fucking time.
Maybe that's the word.
He's a man of his word. He's insane. And I know he'll watch this and he'll go, yeah, but it was different. I had to lie. It's everyone against me. Like, he always has a reason why he's allowed to lie and no one else is allowed to lie.
That was different.
That was different. I did it because I like to lie, but I don't like to lie and I can't lie. But I do lie a lot. So, for whatever reason, John keeps bluffing on this lawsuit with Rocco.
Well, it looks like this Monday, November 4th, 2024, John is leaving the internet again. It's a bunch of bullshit. He's probably going to his mother's house for Christmas in a freeload off his family. But hopefully he won't come back.
Now, what happened is Rocco did a video, El Horrible, the show they do, Bedabbler on Saturday mornings. They did a show where they watched the video of the wedding, Susanna remarried, and John's children gave speeches. Very nice speeches, very well spoken. Seemed like a lot of love. Everything was very touching in my opinion. I've watched it. And John is claiming that he owns the copyright to that video, and he's going to sue Rocco for putting that video out. And he's already put a strike on Rocco's channel. And so the big debate right now is Rocco saying, I don't need to have these videos out. It's up on Rumble. 7,000 people have watched it on Rumble. The people will continue to go watch it there. So it's still out there. And Rocco's saying, if you just drop the strike, having a strike on your YouTube channel sucks because you can get your channel taken away. So Rocco's saying, if you just remove the strike, I'll take the video down. I won't put that one back up. I'll take it down off of Rumble. We'll be good. Which was actually a really nice offer. John took that as a threat for whatever reason. I think it's because he's an idiot. John goes, well, you're threatening me? He's like, no, he's making you an offer. It's actually really reasonable. So John just keeps doubling down on this lawsuit he's going to go through with. Because what happened is John has a certain amount of time to file a lawsuit or else YouTube drops the strike. Because Rocco finally put through a counter and said,
Right.
look, if I've broken the law here, then take me to court. Because there's no law that's been broken here.
John's not going to counter. He just lies and threatens.
So for whatever reason, John continues to threaten this. And he's even saying, this is the thing, John loves to talk about how he has money and he can afford to sue people. But now just recently he goes, I have this old friend. We grew up together. He knows my kids. He's an attorney. He's going to do a pro bono. So Rocco, go ahead and go through with it. I could do this for free now. So he's already changed the narrative on this. But now he's saying that he's definitely going to follow through with this lawsuit.
Look, I don't give a fuck either way. Because come 8 o'clock on Thursday morning, I'm driving downtown and I'll file.
This was a year ago. You didn't do it. You made up some story you got there and it was closed. So fucking stupid.
It's just sad because it doesn't have to come to this. Look how easy it was for Cardiff. All he had to do was say, John, I hereby say I'm not going to fuck. Although he spelled that wrong, it doesn't matter. The only thing I did was when he posted my book on Patreon,
This again?
that is the thing.
Again?
And when he goofed to my kids.
100% not true. And I don't know if John is just so wet-brained he's forgotten this, or if he's just lying, because he's a liar. It doesn't matter, to be honest, because I have the evidence right here. He did get a strike on my channel back on September of last year, September 2022. Here is the evidence of it, where I got this note from YouTube. Due to a copyright takedown notice that we received, we have taken down your video from YouTube. And it's a video titled, Stuttering John declares I'm a racist, then deletes the episode. And the takedown was issued by John Melendez. Means your video can no longer be played on YouTube. You've received a copyright strike. You now have one copyright strike. This is the thing that everyone's talking about. Nobody wants copyright strikes on their YouTube channels because they can have your YouTube channel taken away. Okay? So this is what John did to me. I countered this.
Well-
I put the ball in his court. I'm like, sue me. And he didn't, and I got my video put back up.
I hate to tell you this, but I can make a fake one of these in Canva in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, I spent zero time. I found it in my email.
Yeah. I'm kidding.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
So, funny that I would get this copyright strike from John, and he's never struck me, except for he tried to strike me 3 other times in 2022.
What a cock.
And I have them all right here that I'm going to show you. I've taken out his email address, even though everyone fucking knows it, because I'm nicer than John is. So this came in from YouTube, and it shows what John filed here. And it shows he is using my content that is behind my YouTube and Patreon paywall. Behind my paywall. User Stuttering John. So you can see right here that this is the video that he wants removed. Where does the content appear? Entire video. Here's another one.
That's a stand-up routine, I think.
Here's another one. You can see different video right here. These are all from March of 2022. Here's a third one that he sent in. Again, I blocked out his email address.
That whole story. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, so my throat's gone. So the whole story that he put his book online. It's bullshit. He said he called his publisher. He called Patreon. He called YouTube. And none of them did anything about it. So it's all lies. And he didn't put your book up there. He put up an excerpt. And the MP3 that you saw was the whole episode on his show. You dummy.
Very mad and
John
large.
Melendez, entire video. So listen to the body of these emails that he sent to YouTube. This is what he wrote. Because when YouTube gets these and they're just like, no, this is fair use. They send me a note saying, hey, this person tried to strike your channel. We think it's fair use. Just want to let you know they might go after you in other realms, but on YouTube, you're good.
So they do. There is some kind of scale of
It gets reviewed by a human.
how seriously they take these things.
If you strike a channel, it doesn't mean they automatically get a strike,
Okay.
right? So YouTube will look at him, and sometimes they'll go, no, there's no copyright infringement here.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because it
Yes.
seems like
Thank God.
it's just like automated and
Yeah,
they
you just go after your enemies.
strikes just go through
Well,
willy-nilly.
that's the other thing, too. I didn't even pull the clip, but John goes, I don't strike people. I never struck Kevin Brennan. He said I'm an asshole. It's like, yeah, well, he doesn't play clips of your show. What would you even strike him over, John, you idiot? Of course you haven't. So this is what John writes to YouTube in March of 2022. It is my show, which is unlisted and behind my paywall. I charge money for this material. Nobody is allowed to use my work that is behind a paywall ever without my permission. This person is making money off of my content that is behind my paywall. That is copyright infringement. So my favorite part about that, of course, is the fact that he's telling YouTube what copyright infringement is. That is copyright infringement. They're just like, we're YouTube. Don't fucking mansplain copyright to us. So this is the response I get from YouTube to me. It says, we received the copyright infringement notification below regarding your videos. We believe your content is protected by fair use, fair dealing, or a similar exception to the copyright protection. We are writing to let you know we do not plan to remove your videos at this time. You have control over the availability of videos on your channel, including the ability to delete them if you choose. I did not. I will not. Promise you that.
P.S. They are hilarious.
So let me just play that again now that I've just shown you all of that evidence.
Lady K, I never struck. The only thing I did was when he posted my book on Patreon. That is the thing.
Bastrion.
And when he goofed to my kids.
All right. So let's remind everybody, those are the YouTube strikes. He also put copyright strikes on Patreon. And I had to take a bunch of videos down off of Patreon for some time till we got that all sorted out. He also tried to get my Patreon taken down by saying that there were racist words in my Discord, which is against Patreon's terms of service. I know I've talked about this a number of times. People get confused. They forget that John tried to take my livelihood away from me. He tried very hard to do that. I have a call with Patreon.
It was too painful to watch.
How insane is that? Oh, I got bad intel. It's on Rumble. Go watch it. If you want to know what you're suing people over, you might want to know.
He's not suing anyone.
No, I know. This bluff is so bad, too. He's like, listen, I don't want to have to go down to the place and file this Thursday at 8 a.m. Not Thursday at 8 a.m., but okay.
The one address he didn't have on hand was the courthouse
Right,
address.
yeah, it's the one he didn't know. All right. So now John is going to claim we've been talking about some whoppers and some doozies on this episode as far as lies go. Even for John, this is a lot. Now he's going to claim that he knew that Tim Dransky was fake all along, which is insane. There's no way he can't think that we don't know he's lying.
Then what? Okay, in your
Didn't you also say I'm not going to dox you, Cardiff?
No, we knew it
Twice.
wasn't. All right, Timothy, that shit.
Tim Dransky, anagram for my trans kid. John, you're so stupid. You wanted to date the guy. You thought he was a girl and trolled you on a dating site, and then he gave you intel, which you ate up like crazy. You're an asshole.
We knew it wasn't real. As for that, be fired from school.
I didn't.
And did I ask for that? No. They tried to get my moderator fired.
No,
Did
they
I
didn't.
ask for that? No. You think that...
You think. It's all lies, John. You got suspended from school because months later you said, oh, I never got fired. So you're a liar. And you got suspended because of your behavior. And your mother falling down the stairs and getting phone calls has nothing to do with YouTube or trolls. All that shit. You lie, lie, lie.
They're the ones weaponizing this shit. Why are you fucking saying I am? They are the ones attacking me. They're the ones sending delivery guys wanting me to pay $50 for shit I didn't want.
Say it, don't spray it.
So, John comes from a show called The Howard Stern Show. And there was a time when Howard was going after Chevy Chase relentlessly. And Howard never told the listeners to fuck with Chevy Chase. He just talked about him, called him.
He just
fucked
made
with
it
him.
look
Cardiff was there. John and I had a quick phone conversation months ago where we talked about the houses that we had just bought in Florida. And we both came to the realization at that time that we lived close by to each other. We're like, wow. I mean, neither of us knew that. And we both went, wow. You know who did know that is, of course, Vince the lawyer. Because he's up everyone's fucking ass and all their business all the time. So Vince was slow playing it, as he does. And I was in a text thread with him. And Vince is like, is it true, these rumors that you and John have homes near each other in Florida? And I already seen people post that in the subreddits and things like that. So all I did was write back and I go, I know, how fucking crazy is that? That John and I would both be located so close to each other, and what are the chances? It doesn't even make sense. It's impossible to have happen. I didn't say, I know, he lives at Northeast 15th Street, and I'm on 12th Road, and can you believe it's only this many? And I'm circling maps. None of that. I didn't say where we lived. I said Cape Coral.
Yeah.
Pretty big area.
Cape Coral, what are the odds?
Yeah, I mean, it's still crazy, but I didn't say any addresses. I didn't leak any information. John's acting like not only did I put out his address, I put it on the internet. No, I sent in a text thread to Vince, Shuley, and Tukey that isn't it crazy that we live near each other? We both bought new houses near each other in Florida, but John remembers it very differently.
For me, and I don't want your address out there. Unfortunately, it is.
Guess who gave Vince my address?
You put your Florida house on this show. You put the address up.
Carl released. Carl
You were showing off the listing. You were showing.
No, John. Vince already knew. That's why he asked the question.
Yeah.
Do you guys live near each other? Yes, we do. I knew that he already knew. This is what Vince does. And he's acting like I'm the one who had this crazy reveal that no one ever figured out.
He's a fucking lunatic.
He is.
Can you imagine, like...
No, he's stupid. And he doxed himself on Zillow. He was showing off the house he bought. It had the address right there, and he put it on the internet. Idiot.
People say when you pass away, your life flashes before your eyes.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all new information to John. He's not gonna remember
I did
anything
once.
that he ever fucked.
We revealed on WATP this whole thing that he's been getting played this whole time when he thought he had the upper hand and he was getting over on everyone. And then we bring in the anonymous Tim to come on and say, no, I've been playing him through multiple accounts. He thinks I gained his trust. He thinks this, he thinks that. We totally revealed all of this. A day later, he's on there. But you would think he would be like, all right, maybe this internet thing's not for me. I'm gonna
It's hard to put one over on me.
the drop king over there.
Carl released.
You were showing off the listing. You were showing off your house in Florida, and you showed the Zillow listing with your address.
No, Carl had already.
Everybody had it. No. Well before you showed this address, you probably hadn't even bought the house yet, and you put that address up.
Have a beer, it'll be better.
How did I put it up? It was on top of my screen.
Yes.
Fair enough. I don't. I'm not technically savvy.
It's called pre-doxing.
No, I know, but then don't
You're an asshole.
blame everyone else for what you did.
What? No, Vince, Lady K, texted Vince and Shuley and said,
See, he's thinking. He's trying to think of an angle to get out of it. He's so stupid, he can't think.
"No, TMZ is not going to report on my fucking."
If the announcer of the Tonight Show, it goes to court against a puppet.
Good,
TMZ
and then that
will do it
puppet,
every day.
and then that puppet is good. Everybody will see this guy saying anti-trans and racist shit. And guess what? The court of public opinion is not going to be on his side.
That
There is no court of public opinion. It's either a rule or law or not.
It's more important than your kids not seeing themselves in a courtroom video being made fun of by a puppet?
Oh,
You're not weighing this out properly, John. One is greatly worse than the other.
Too stupid.
Again, Cardiff spitting straight facts to this guy. He's just not hearing it.
They don't even know each other. They never worked there at the same time.
Right. Doesn't even make fucking sense. They tried to do that. And then I was just scrolling through some old episodes from 2019 of Stuttering John. They're talking about Derek Jones, who's a writer for the Howard Stern show. And John's on there with Royce talking about how he should get fired. John's always trying to get people fired, trying to get me taken off of Patreon, which would essentially be me getting fired. So he's lying.
And me.
Yeah, and producer Chris.
That
Wow.
clip is maddening
Yes.
because he is denying his involvement in all of his problems.
Yep.
Your online presence is the problem. Everything that you've done online has led to everything that's happening to you, and the fact that you think that you're the hero of your own story and you can't see that you're actually the villain
Good point. Get off the internet, stupid.
is your whole problem.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
his whole.
So we're all having so
that's
much
his
fun.
whole mentality.
Yeah.
and he'll never realize that.
Well,
Sucker. Chop.
I have at least 3
I was in
college
Michigan a couple
sweatshirts.
months ago, and
yeah, I was wearing my Michigan hat the other day.
I don't play for Slayer.
But also, if you've ever been on a college campus, the undergrads are all wearing the clothes of the university
Yeah,
you go to.
Anybody could buy it.
Yeah, of course. That's part of the deal.
And you both look like Gilda Radner.
So-
you and Howard.
Yeah, I wouldn't
So
go calling
the way
out
this-
hair right then.
Yeah.
The way this all started is there was some website where it had the NYU graduates who are famous, and there's an asterisk next to John's name, and it said,
Wikipedia.
didn't graduate. And so...
Wikipedia, not some website.
oh, was it Wikipedia? Okay.
It was Wikipedia.
And John said the asterisk meant he had a website. Douchebag.
No one's ever heard of that.
So Shuley and the gang, and listen, there could be incorrect information on Wikipedia. Trust me, I know firsthand.
He
So
didn't
Shuley and the
graduate.
gang started running with that, and John got very upset. And for a week and a half straight, was screaming about how he definitely has a degree, and how could he be a substitute teacher without a degree? And I thought we were all just having some fun with it because the way he was reacting to it.
You don't need to have a degree to be a substitute teacher. And he had a T-shirt, NYU, and a ring. That proves it. A fake diploma. It's all lies. Yeah.
Just like, oh, okay, yeah, he's not responding well. Sources and make sure that the information was correct in the articles they were producing. So he reached out to a person at NYU. I'll leave all of the names out of this. And asked, hey, we're doing this story about stuttering John Melendez. We just want to check and see if he got a degree from NYU or not. And she writes back and she goes, okay, thanks for contacting us. I'll just need the person's date of birth. And okay, yep, this is the person's name. This is the year they graduated. This is the date of birth. And she writes back. It says, hi, our rec for a pretty big newspaper. And he's no longer in that position, but he knows how to do fact checking. In fact, that was his job for a while in the newsroom, was to go through and check sources and make sure that the information was correct in the articles they were producing. So he reached out to a person at NYU. I'll leave all of the names out of this. And asked, hey, we're doing this story about stuttering John Melendez. We just want to check and see if he got a degree from NYU or not. And she writes back and she goes, okay, thanks for contacting us. I'll just need the person's date of birth. And okay, yep, this is the person's name. This is the year they graduated. This is the date of birth. And she writes back. It says, hi, our records don't show a degree for a John Edward Melendez with the date of birth of... And then asks what publication it's for. The person's like, well, it's a freelance thing. We're shopping it around. Anyway, the point is...
Nudes Max.
The point is...
Dabble.
NYU says there's no record of a degree for this retard right here. Stuttering John
Did you just break
Melendez.
news here, John? Carl?
Yes.
Was that breaking news?
We're breaking news. Hit it.
I don't know. I don't have a breaking news drop. I just was asking a question.
There's some fact checking.
There is some fact checking today. So, wow. NYU is saying he didn't graduate.